So my feet up. Got a bag for him with a visa. Pulling up the leader. Getting that while I'm on the. She's a keeper. No play burritos. Get to the pesos with amigos. I cannot with no zeros.
Don't you run out? No, I can't show you no love, baby. Yeah, I am a boss in the cut, mayday. Bubbles and these models. It's popping, I tip her. I skip her, I give her the. Girl, you on my line right now. Yeah, I can see the signs right now. Feeling like a boss right now. Feeling like a boss right now. And you just took a loss right now. Dripping in the sauce right now. Get a sprinkle up my style. I'm about to lock.
Coach, thanks. CA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Inner Harbor and M&T Bank Stadium here in Baltimore, Maryland. The two teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with the Cleveland Browns. Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit! Gone! 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 Gone!
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
A first carry for the rookie Nick Chubb. And he's got some space here. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That good for 19 at a 1st down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Set. Green 39. Green 39. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Mayfield on play action. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Terrell Suggs in there to get him, and that's sack number 12 for him on the year. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield drops it off for Chubb. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue landing.
Play action now. Here's Mayfield. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a 1st down. And early on, they're picking up right where they left off last week.
And I know a lot of coaches say each game is its own. You don't really have carryover. This feels like carryover. So much confidence from the previous game that they're using to their advantage now.
They go play action. Mayfield looking deep downfield. So they took a shot on 1st down, but that's already the 3rd time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught 1 of the 3.
But that doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they've got something good going there, and they think those numbers are going to increase.
Gone, 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 gone.
Throwing again, Mayfield on 2nd and 10. Flushed out right. He's got a man wide open. It's Landry. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A nice gain of 21 yards. Now it's the all-purpose back. This is Darren Sproles. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. So add that tackle for a loss to the 2 that he had a week ago.
And you know what he's doing right now?
Smiling?
Yeah, definitely doing that. But he's also patting his guys on the back, his defensive front, because they're keeping him clean, meaning no one's getting to him as a blocker. He's able to run to the football. And the plays he's making, he's throwing them in the offensive backfield.
This is caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. 23 yards on the play. They'll give it to Chubb. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! 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 All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky.
Mayfield now on second down. Escaping the pressure right. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down just inside the 5-yard line. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit! Gone! 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 Gone!
Now Mayfield on 3rd and goal. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10. Now Jackson on 1st down. Got him in. It's Brashon Perriman. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you. It's the Ravens who have the football. Here's a carry now for Keith Marshall. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid game. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On the ground with their leading rusher from a season ago, it's Alex Collins. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd down. Jackson. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
No, check, Patriots!
Here's a handoff to Sproles to start the drive. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw two tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and he ran the ball successfully behind that power set.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56.
Play fake. Mayfield. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. That one goes for 36 yards.
Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the red zone now, Mayfield. Got a man open, it's Ross. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Is that not the very definition of a tough yard gain?
Now, is that one where as the receiver you go to your quarterback and say, why'd you even throw that?
Yeah, I think you do, and I think you wonder what type of a route are you going to send me on that only 1 yard's going to be the result? If I'm going to go in there and take contact, let's go ahead and get something out of it, not just 1 yard.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield, and he's got Will complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Will Tye, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And the lead grows to 10-0. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. On 2nd down, Collins. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30. Two minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Baltimore after this. From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
he wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
And he'll go ahead and field this at the 5. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll be 2nd down.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney. All right, now, lucky 56, lucky 56.
Mayfield off the play fake. He's going to look deep down the field. He's got it at the 15. It's a big play there for the Browns. 67 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
Mayfield on 1st down. Flush to his right. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And here he'll get it down to the 7. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
Set! 3-19! 3-19!
And again, it's Mayfield dancing to his left. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Ravens have got it. Some guys just have a knack for creating turnovers. He's got a little bit of that going. He forced a fumble last week, another one there.
And it just drives teams crazy because they realize that certain guys, as you said, have that knack, and they're trying to keep them away from the action, away from the ball. But the best ones have that overwhelming desire, that overwhelming need to get to the football and make it happen, and that he does.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10. After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson. Buying time to his left. And this one's incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. They pitch it out to Collins, and he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. It's the Pro Bowler Jamie Collins that makes the stop.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Detroit, Detroit.
Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
No, check, Patriot, Patriot.
Play action. Now Jackson. To the right side and complete to Hurst. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Blue 90! Blue 90! Detroit! Detroit! Hot!
Jackson on first down. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Emmanuel Ogbah in there to drop him, and he continues to wreak havoc in offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Now it's Jackson. The pressure gets to him again. Emmanuel Ogbah in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year. Here's Sam Cook now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Taking it about the 16. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the 3rd quarter. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see what the offense gets done.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
Gone! 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 Gone!
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Terrell Suggs in there to drop him, and his great season continues. 13 sacks for him now on the year. The Browns on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hot!
Mayfield on play action. He's got his man. It's Brandon Coleman. And down he'll go at the 25. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
This is taken at the 18. Give them 11 yards that time on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Elsewhere at Arrowhead, they're in the 3rd quarter. The Chiefs have scored again to extend their lead a bit. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. Jackson and the Ravens come up now, 1st and 10. The drive starts with a run by Collins. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
And again, it's Collins. A beautiful spin and room to run. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That good for 19 and a 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, But that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Jackson. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to look, and that's caught inside the 35. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the 4th. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Throw right side to Perriman, and it's caught. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
Jackson from the shotgun. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down.
That's something we have not seen him do to this point, and that's take the ball, tuck it, and run.
Exactly right. His first carry of the game. I guess he picked a good time to do it.
He certainly did. Not only did he have the element of surprise, he's making sure he's judicious in taking off.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. That's caught out left by Perriman. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. The Raven passing game getting in sync, another first down. Even though this offense doesn't have a single point to its name, they're not totally out of this game yet. A touchdown here, they could be in business.
And how about that last play? Now they've got momentum going, so you know I'm a big advocate. Get back on the line of scrimmage. Throw another play at them while you've got them rocked on their heels.
On 1st and goal, Collins. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Alex Collins, touchdown number 15 on the year. And the Ravens have cut it to within a score. Tucker with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And a penalty marker's down on the field. And they might be backing up a bit here to start the drive. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll run it with Sproles. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back at New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at it.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
16 yards on that one at a Raven first. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Hot.
To throw is Jackson. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Larry Ogunjobi getting in there from his defensive tackle spot to snow him under for a loss of 4. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14.
No. Check. Patriot.
From the gun, it's Jackson. A right side catch by Crabtree. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, Jackson. Being chased out left. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down. One thing that makes him so tough in these 2-minute drills, you got to take into consideration he's mobile.
And that's a big plus for him, but he also has to be careful with that mobility. Sometimes getting rid of the ball and stopping the clock is more important than running around and maybe taking a sack.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And we are all tied here in the final stages. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
Now, this is going to put him back with a not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. Detroit. All right, now, lucky 56.
Here's Mayfield. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
Here's a 1st down run with Collins. Finding room to the 20. And finally taken down at the 20-yard line. 12 yards the pickup there. Good for a Raven first.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
On 1st, they go right back to Collins. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
All right, my man, this is now where it's risk-reward. Because on defense, you've got to crowd the line of scrimmage. You've got to get in all the gaps, get up tight on everyone, and try and force the field goal attempt here. You can't let them break one big, but you know something, when you crowd the line of scrimmage, if they do pop one, it's going to go a long way.
Yeah, I was going to say, could take it to the house, but the magnitude of this possible upcoming field goal, every yard counts. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
On 3rd down, this is Collins. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. So here comes Justin Tucker in a big spot. This to almost certainly win the football game. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. He hasn't missed a kick all year. Why would he start now?
That's a great question, isn't it? Well, maybe because that was the most nerve-wracking kick he had to attempt all year, but he knocked it through just like it was an easy chip shot.
The Browns offense heading back out to take possession. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking two plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary, but you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to...
a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for Baltimore, they've indeed run the table here on the regular season. They finish a perfect 16-0, joining the 07 Pats and the 72 Dolphins as the only team